Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Denzimus, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality and I talk about personal and self-growth. If any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share the video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back. And I thank you for your love and support. Now, I would like to talk about specific type of chosen ones that you cannot mess with. You shouldn't mess with those individuals. If you know you messed up with them, the far away you stay from them is the better for you. Now, when it comes to chosen ones, we're talking about empaths. Not only empaths, but those individuals, they are empowered empaths. So those guys, number one, they are awakened. Number two, they are enlightened, fully enlightened. Number three, they are warriors. So those are individuals who have actually taken their power back, regardless of what has been their circumstances. They have decided that enough is enough and they have taken back their power, all of it. So chosen ones also come in so many different shapes and forms. Chosen ones, they can be from different races, different colors, they can be different heights, they can be different characteristics, personalities, but whichever way you want to look at it, a chosen one is always a person who has got good intentions. So those individuals, they do not mean harm to anybody around them. Wherever they go, they shine their light into the universe around them, into the world around them. Some of them, they have specific gifts, the special gifts and specific gifts, and most of those individuals, they've even come to that realization that they can use their gifts, number one, to empower and help them to move to the next level, and number two, to also help the individuals around them. Speaking on a black sheep perspective, you guys already know that black sheeps, you're also chosen ones. Of course, the journey of evolution, it takes a while. You know what I mean? You don't just wake up in one day and evolve the next day. So it is stages that you go through as you evolve to become the highest version of yourself. But you see, before that, life hasn't been peaches and cream. So most of the times you will notice as a chosen one, as an empath, a lot of people, they have usually taken you for a ride. It doesn't matter whether it was your family members, it doesn't matter whether it was your partners, your wives, your husbands. It did not also matter whether it was just your friends. But a lot of times, a chosen one, because of the empathic abilities you have, you being the empath that you are, a lot of people around you, they usually take you for granted. So they just think they can always come around, they can mess up with you, they can steal from you, they can cheat you, they can abuse you, manipulate, and do all these kind of things they want to you. So because usually chosen ones, those are the guys, they rarely speak back, they rarely fight back. You know what I mean? And especially we're talking about those chosen ones in their early stages of evolution. So those are the guys, they are usually as calm as you can imagine. So they never usually answer back or fight back. So it depends sometimes the situation that you have been. But normally, a lot of people have been in your life, they have noticed that you have got that ability, that inner ability to take a lot of BS. That is because you don't want war. You don't want fights. You don't want war. You don't want arguments. You want peace in every situation that you encounter as a chosen one. But you see, at some point in time, the game will come to a stop. So the game will come to a halt. That's the reason why you see a lot of times when you start taking back your power and fighting back, a lot of people start going in circles. You know, they'll talk about you. Oh, you know, that guy, he said this, that guy, he did that, that woman, he said this, that woman, he did that. So a lot of people, they'll go around in circles talking about you. It is simply because you have finally taken back your power and now you're fighting back. But you see, when a chosen one ever awakens, the very first thing what they will do, they won't look around them. Because chosen ones, they are also people who remember they are. They remember who they are. So they are usually going to look around them. It does not matter who you are. Let me tell you something. It does not matter if you're their father, if you're their mother, if you're their brother, if you are their sister. When the chosen one ever notices they have usually been taken for a ride, those individuals, the very first thing when the bulbs go on and they snap, the first thing they will do is they're going to look around them. And now they're going to start picking out the rotten fruits. So some people usually, after that moment of awakening, some people usually tend to plug themselves out of your life immediately because they know they can finally realize the person that you are. Most of them, they'll even come to that realization that you're chosen. They may not really say it to you front in the face. They may sometimes feel it on a deep level that there is something unique about you. So what they will do normally, they will start slowly, one by one, plugging themselves out of your life. They will run away. They will run very far away from you. I've done a video before and I've told you guys, there comes a moment for a lot of you guys who have been dealing with this kind of toxic individuals, narcissists, I don't know, psychopaths and whatever. So a lot of those guys normally, the moment they notice that you have empowered yourself and you are acting at your fullest potential, a lot of those guys, they know that it's game over. So that's why you see a lot of these narcissists, they start running away from you. So the rotten fruits will usually plug themselves out of your life. But the ones who are stubborn enough to stay, those individuals, they are going to face the wrath of a chosen one. Those guys are not afraid. The moment they come to that sense of empowerment, they are not afraid to say no. That is number one. They're not afraid to shut the gates. They're not afraid to close the gates. So whenever they feel there is a certain energy that has been draining them over the years for a long period of time, those individuals, they're ready to take the next move. So they are going to start talking. Those guys, let me tell you something. The chosen ones, when they start talking, those individuals, they have been silent for ages. They have usually been silent for ages. Those individuals, they were at the back of the class, they were behind the closet, they were quiet. They were not acting, they were not reacting, they were just somewhere watching things from a distance. But the very moment those individuals wake up, those specific types of chosen ones, especially the black ships, those individuals, I can guarantee you, when they start talking, there's nothing you can do to stop them. You can imagine sometimes chosen people are also involved with like for a lot of you guys who have been involved with toxic families, this kind of toxic dysfunctional families. You can imagine your own mother, your own father. They're even performing witchcraft on you. They are doing whatever they can in their power to make sure that they bring harm your way. A lot of them, they will go behind closed doors. They will start doing witchcraft. They'll start doing black magic on their own children. You can imagine a father and a mother, they will just go behind closed doors and they start doing witchcraft on their own children just because they want you to fail. One thing you have to understand about the chosen one is that those individuals, there is many people around you, even that they don't really know who you are. On the subconscious level, they may sometimes know, but they cannot put a finger who you really are. Sometimes they are very confused about your energy. So that is the reason why most of the times you have got to go through a lot of challenges, because these challenges you go through, most of the times they're orchestrated by the people that you know. I'm talking about your wives. Your own wife can do witchcraft on you. Your own wife, your own husband can try to even sometimes poison you as a chosen one. Your own parents, they will go behind closed doors. They will do each and everything to stop your journey and to stop your growth and to block you from your path. But you see, a lot of these events, they can carry on as long as the chosen one is asleep. It doesn't matter. It can carry on for ages. I've told you guys, it does not matter what you try to do to those individuals. Those individuals, the only thing you can ever do to them is to slow down their growth and to slow down their path. But you can never stop them and you can never block them from reaching where it is they want to go. You may sometimes slow them down a little bit. But those individuals, because they're very focused, they know exactly what they need to do, where they need to go. Those individuals, they will continue. It doesn't matter whether you block them on their path. They will usually come back and continue where they have stopped. So those individuals, they will always come back. So that's why you see a lot of those guys, they try to bring you down. They block your ways. They block your progress. They block your careers. They steal from you. They cheat. They abuse you. They do everything. They do everything in their power to make sure that you stay down first flat on the floor. But let me tell you something, a chosen one, those are the individuals who always bounce back. They bounce back from whichever situation they have been. Is the reason why I've told you when you're talking about chosen people, you can never wear their shoes. You can never wear those shoes because those shoes are so heavy for you. When you try to wear a chosen one shoes, I can guarantee you, you cannot lift 1 foot off the ground. The shoes and the journey those individuals have walked is very intense and very heavy compared to all the guys around them. Black sheeps, you can testify. But the moment a chosen one wakes up, I can guarantee you guys it's game over. If you have not had the chance and the opportunity to come back and apologize to those particular individuals, whatever it is you've been doing to them behind closed doors over the years, if you have not come back and apologize, those guys, they'll be on your neck and they'll be after you. At that point, when the chosen one is empowered, fully enlightened and empowered, those individuals, they're able to come in front of your face and they are going to read out your BS in front of you. And I can guarantee you guys, when talking about these toxic individuals, they're not ready to hear the truth. They are not ready to hear the truth. They are not ready to face the truth. But the chosen one who is awakened and enlightened and fully empowered, those guys, they have got the ability to come back. They are going to rise up from whatever they have been. They are going to rise up from the dirt. They are going to lick their wounds by themselves. They are going to go through the healing, whether it is physical, whether it is emotional, whether it is spiritual. They are going to do the work. They are going to heal. It may sometimes take them a couple of years to heal because I've told you guys healing is very, very difficult. So you don't joke and you do not play and you do not mess with the person who has done the work to heal themselves. Individuals who have been destroyed to the max, dragged in the mud, left alone to die, and you've walked away thinking that you've conquered them, they come back, you will not see them coming. You will not even expect what it is you're going to see in front of you. So those guys, they will always get up from wherever you put them. They will lick their wounds. They will go on and heal their physical bodies. They will spend some time alone. They will introspect. They will learn. They will learn the lessons. They will understand the lessons that have been involved in their lives. They will learn those lessons. They start healing. And nobody's going to help them to heal. Chosen ones, those are the guys, they already know how to heal. Most of them, if you're chosen one, a real warrior, you already know what you need to do to heal. First of all, healing requires you to separate yourself. I've already done a video about this. Healing sometimes requires you to separate yourself from specific types of people because the more you get engaged with those kind of individuals is the more your healing delays. The more they delay your healing process. So most of the times, those chosen ones, they wake up, they stand up, they rub the dirt off their shoulders, they heal, they get enlightened, they learn. And at that moment, guys, let me tell you something. At that vibration, the frequency that they carry after healing, a chosen one who has healed, a fully healed chosen one, they're on a very high vibration because they've already worked on their energy. They know each and everything has been around them. You see, one of the things people don't understand about chosen ones, the chosen ones will understand that the war that we're fighting is not a physical war. We already know the wars that we're fighting. Doesn't matter if it has been families we've been involved with, we know however much it has been, as physical as it may have looked in front of you, we already know the spiritual meaning behind this kind of wars. So we already know we have usually been fighting spiritual wars behind closed doors. And the moment we get up, guys, I can guarantee you a chosen one who has awakened, a chosen one gets up, they rub the dirt off their shoulders. They have healed. They have gotten empowered. Guys, I can guarantee you when you have messed with those kind of individuals, the farther you stay away from them, the better for you. Because those individuals, they're going to crush no matter who it is comes along their way. Because at that moment, they have already identified the Decepticons. They have identified the false individuals. They have identified the evil ones. They have identified the devil. A chosen one takes a lot of time to speak. They're usually the last to speak. You'll see them in the crowds. They're sitting at the back of the class. You'll see them in the conference. They're sitting at the back. They usually are the last guys to speak. But when a chosen one has decided to come out and start speaking and start fighting back, guys, let me tell you something. When you've messed with them, the best thing you can ever do for yourself is come back and really ask for an apology, because those individuals, they are going to fight back and they are going to hit whichever it is, whoever it is comes along their path. Exactly, we're talking about those kind of individuals who have been the part and parcel of destroying them over the years. So those individuals, I'll guarantee you in this video, guys, they're very dangerous. They are extremely dangerous. When you have identified them and you know that you messed up with them, you'll better start running. Because those guys, they're going to keep you on your feet. When you've messed up with those individuals, let me tell you something, you cannot even get sleep. Every time you go to bed, you're always going to be thinking something is going to be on your soul. You will know, you will have that guilt that you've messed up with the wrong individual. You will know this. You may not know this over the years, in the early days, in their early years and early days, but as the time goes on, you will know that you have messed with the wrong individual. And most of the times, guys, let me tell you something. You do not want to see the karma that is going to come back your way, because those individuals, I've told you guys, those individuals, they are on particular assignments. We have got chosen people who are here to break generational curses. They are here to change the whole paradigm in their whole entire family, communities, societies, because they have been covered and they have been blessed by the divine to do those particular assignments without fail. So whatever it is you've been doing to stop them, to block them, to destroy them, it has just been a delay. But it doesn't mean the end of it, because any chosen one around the world, I can guarantee you this, those guys at one point in time, it does not matter what you do to them, those individuals, they're going to snap at some point. They are going to snap. And when they snap, they are not going to leave any table unturned. They are going to turn all the tables. They are going to remove all the dirt out of their lives. They are going to identify each and everybody around them who has been a part and parcel of their destruction. And I can guarantee you guys, the moment that happens, is game over. So when you're talking about chosen ones, I'm not talking about you should be running away from them, you should be seeing them and running the other side. No. I'm just telling you, whatever you have to do it with caution. You have got to know those individuals. Number one, they're highly anointed. Number one. Number two, those individuals, they're on assignments. You can do whatever it is you want to do to them. You can mess up with them. You can try to destroy them. A lot of you guys have sometimes been poisoned. I've been talking to some guys who have been even poisoned along their journey by very toxic individuals. Your own husband has tried to poison you. Your own wife has tried to poison you. Whatever it is you have done to them, let me tell you something. It has just been a delay, but it's not the end of the road. So it doesn't matter what happens. Those individuals, they will bounce back. They will wake up. They will heal themselves. They will lick their wounds. They will recover. They will get enlightened. They will get empowered. And at that time is game over. It is time for them to fight back. And they are going to sweep whatever it is that comes along their way. As long as they know you do not mean them well, or you have never meant them well, they are going to sweep whatever it is that comes along their way. And at that moment, they have no mercy. Regardless of whether they are empaths or not, at that moment, when you have been a part of their destruction and they have identified you as the rotten fruit, that is going to be the end of you. So they are going to crush you face flat on the ground, and they are going to take their own revenge. Mostly, they don't usually want to do that, but it only comes to that moment where they feel they have got to do that to protect themselves. So when a chosen one is starting to do this kind of things, fighting back and everything, they are not really very much into revenge, because I've told you guys, empaths are not about vengeance. But the only reason an empath will come into that state of vengeance and trying to fight back and save their own lives, it is just because they are trying to protect themselves. They are going to do everything to protect themselves. Because why? They have already identified who they really are, number one. Number two, they have identified who the rotten fruits, who the rotten mangoes are. And they're now starting to separate the good fruits from the bad fruits. And it does not matter what you do, guys. In that moment, it's a point of no return. They are going to do their job successfully. So that being said, guys, I hope this video makes sense. Of course, let me know what has been your experience as a chosen one. Let me know which ways you've been fighting back, and as well, what has been your experience along the journey. Until then, guys, book a session with me if you want to. Donate and support to this channel if you want to. All the links you need, you'll find them in the description section below. Until then, much love and blessings. Benjamin signing out.